Namaskar. The school of yoga is as old as human civilization. As long as humans were living like animals, there was no yoga. But when humans want to prevent suffering, pain, then they started thinking, using their intellect, and the yoga started. Think before action. Keep the purpose in mind before doing your action, and that's yoga. Yoga is so old that it was proven in the excavation of Mohenjo-daro when a seal was found of a yogi sitting in meditative pose. It's very clear yoga is much older than even that. If there is any school which is embraced by any religion, culture, any races, any community as an universal formula for spiritual wellness, then it is the practice of yoga alone. Yoga is for everybody. It is never discriminate between any gender, ideology, community, etc. It is a universal formula to guide us live a better and a healthy human life. Hence, you can see it today. Globally, yoga is practiced in each and every corner of the world. Every country, religion and races have accepted this ancient science of wisdom. Unfortunately, in today's time, yoga is misunderstood and misinterpreted in many parts, and hence it becomes very essential to understand yoga in a right way. So, what exactly is yoga? The clear-cut answer is given in the Yoga Sutra written by Maharshi Patanjali 2500 years ago, where he mentions Yogash Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What is yoga? Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Complete mastery over mind is yoga. Mind's fluctuations, where mind is supposed to think all the time, complete stoppage of that is yoga. So, yoga deals with mind. Yoga talks about mastery over mind to realize the spiritual, mystical and metaphysical dimension of ourselves. And this is yoga. We are fundamentally made of three dimensions: physical, mental and metaphysical. Your physical dimension is your visible body. Your mental dimension is your ever-running mind. And the metaphysical dimension is mysterious and unknowable pure consciousness. To bring the practicality of yoga in your day-to-day living, yoga is a way of life. This way of life nourishes your body and mind to realize your soul. It is the practice through yoga that you have control over physical and mental dimensions. And once this is done, person realizes the third dimension, and that is metaphysical. Here are some guidelines which a yoga philosophy lays down for an efficient management of body and mind. First among this is managing your physical dimension. There are three aspects which you must take care for nourishing and strengthening your body. They are food, exercise and sleep. As we talk about food, understand, as the food, so the mind. As the mind, so the man. So your thoughts, so your action. So see to it that food is given highest importance because it deals not just with body but also with mind. That's why the version is Annam Brahma. Food is given the highest stage, that is God. Food is God. That equation is made. Yoga says, consume sattvic, seasonal and regional food. Eat at right time, with right interval and with right attitude. Food lays the foundation for your physical wellness. Second, exercise. Yoga strongly recommends practice of asanas, pranayams and kriyas to keep your organs, muscles, bones and nervous system and body metabolism in balance. Asanas keep your body part well toned and aligned. In the Yoga Sutra, it is mentioned that the definition of asana is Sira Sukham iti asanam. Tato Dvandva Nabhighata. means you overcome the dualities of pain and pleasure. Pranayams for fuller and right breathing. Tasmin sati shwasa prashwasa yor gati vichedah pranayam. Then follows the control over bioenergy pran through inhalation and exhalation. Kriyas to detox your system. One must spend 1 hour at least on asana, pranayams and kriyas. This will keep your body energetic and efficient to carry out your life's duties without any physical hindrance. There is a dedicated system of yoga known as Hatha Yoga, which gives you the science of these practices. Third is sleep. Usually in people, 1/3 of your life is spent in sleeping. So how could you neglect this important part? Yogis have done a very hard work on this. Actually, biologically, day is meant for work and night is meant for sleep. But yogis have compensated sleep with the help of meditation, with the help of breathing techniques like simple pranayams, with the help of philosophical ideas in the mind. But for a common man, understand the value of sleep in daily life. When you sleep, body goes through a proper repair work, proper hormonal secretions are taking place, and that helps to rejuvenate and heal the body. Hence, sleep management is most important for everybody. Give to yourself at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep or rest every night. Go to sleep as early as possible and wake up as early as possible. Go to bed with good thoughts, and that shall train your mind to live positively all the times. Patanjali Maharshi says that you can convert your sleep as an object of meditation. Sutra says, Swapna Nidra Gyan Alambanamba. Your mind calms down as you make sleep as an object for your meditation. Now, let's talk about management of mental dimension. Yoga nurtures certain attitude in our personality, which can help in our interpersonal relationship, professional work, and duty towards society. Today, the cases of depression and stress are on rise globally. Nearly 300 million people are suffering from depression, and consequently, depression has become major cause for heart ailments, diabetes, orthopedic problem, respiratory problem, and so on. The cause of stress and tension has been incorrect attitude towards work, situations, and people. Yoga is the solution. It can train your mind to have right perception, right attitude, and right thinking. Here are 3 fundamental qualities which shall keep person away from work and relationship stress. And yoga develops these qualities within. They are acceptance, faith, and friendliness. What is acceptance? First, accept people as they are. Don't try to change them. They are what they are, accept them. No two individuals are same. In nature, there is no sameness. Everyone is unique by itself. And so, they are going to behave differently, think differently, and you are supposed to accept them as they are. And learn to live and adjust according to the people around. If you can accept dog as a dog, donkey as a donkey, horse as a horse, why can't you accept humans or your people around as what they are? That a quality of karuna, compassion, upeksha, being indifferent to their negativity will naturally come in you. We must accept the fact that we are only tiny dust in this whole universe. You are not running the universe. There is some higher power. Have faith in that higher power. Always believe that things will get better. Just focus in your present duty. Such faith can bring patience in your personality, and patience will always bring balance in your mind. As Maharshi Patanjali says, Ishwara Pranidhanadva. To achieve the yogic state of mind, one must surrender to the higher reality. Always be nice to people, be friendly to people, respect people as they are, love them as they are. Ahimsa is the first step in the path of yoga. Try to understand the needs of other people and try to help them as much as you can. Be polite to people. Never generate hate with someone. As the famous saying says, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. Non-violence is the greatest virtue. Non-violence is your dharma. When non-violence will establish in your personality, you will learn how not to get hurt from others. You will learn how to eat such food which is not hurting and harming your body. You will learn how to think correctly so that you don't hurt and feel bad about yourself and about others. You will learn how to manage work, how to manage situation and not burden yourself to do overwork and bring fatigue into your system. You will naturally take care of your physical and mental dimension. Ahimsa means not getting hurt by yourself, by getting angry, by getting disturbed, by getting frustrated. You are hurting yourself. Follow Ahimsa. Stop hurting yourself. You will learn naturally to care for people around, and this is called as Chitta Prasad. To achieve all these qualities, Maharshi Patanjali has laid down a very organized, systematic path. By following this stepwise study of yoga, the path, automatically person will achieve a balanced state of mind, and that would become his personality. Follow the steps of Eightfold Paths: yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan and samadhi. Yoga, a way of life, not just benefits self but also benefits the world, the society, the humanity at large. Yoga as a school of thoughts indirectly represents the practical aspects of all the other philosophical schools of Indian spiritual system. If you are an atheist, yoga can make you a better atheist. If you are a logician, yoga can make you a better logician. If you are a businessman, yoga can make you a better businessman. And if you are a householder, yoga can make you a better householder. If you are a dancer, it has a power to make you a better dancer. Yoga is India's greatest gift to the mankind. Namaskar.